Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hey, listen, today's episode is brought to you by Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus gives you total control to watch anything, anytime, anywhere. Watch classic shows or all your current favorites. Act now and get a cool special deal just for TMOS listeners. An absolutely free extended trial of Hulu Plus. Just go to huluplus.com/TMOS. Remember, that's huluplus.com/TMOS. And now, the show.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Oscar?
Yes, sir.
From a way back, you've been a fan of Breaking Bad. It's hot right now. The Emmys gave it great recognition. I'm about to start watching it myself, and I'm excited. You know what
Uh-oh, I'm sorry we're having this scintillating conversation. But
I'm excited to make new friends, and I actually put in a call to American Movie Classics.
Oh, look at you.
And to see if we could speak to this particular gentleman. Hello?
Is there a Rob Spiewak there?
Yes, is this M.E.?
Rob, what are you doing?
Oscar, this is Mike Ehrmantraut
from
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
You like the show?
Yeah, I love the show. Sir, how are you?
You know, I've been told to call you guys.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
Yeah, we want you to call.
You know, I chose a half measure when I should have gone all the way.
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yeah.
It means I'm never going to make that mistake again, Rob.
What, a mistake about what?
No more half measures, Robert.
Are you a cook?
Robert.
No, it's Rob.
Robert,
It's
you know
Rob.
what? As far as I'm concerned, I'll call you whatever the hell I want to call you.
Is this typical of this guy?
Now, I understand that most of you guys are actually watching the show, but Robert,
Yeah, it's Rob.
you're behind the times.
I'm about to start watching. I'll probably start watching today.
Robert, what are you doing?
You know, let me at least set the table.
You come in here.
I don't want to get this off on the wrong foot.
Am I going to talk or are you going to talk? You'll have time to explain yourself when I take you out to a hole in the desert.
Oh, God.
Mike, sir.
Yeah. Hi,
Oscar
Oscar.
Santana.
Set the table,
big,
Oscar.
Big fan. Big
It's
fan.
Mike
Oscar
Ehrmantraut.
and I are close.
We are.
We've actually taken a few plane rides down south of the border a couple of times.
One of my favorite
To
characters
visit
on
his
Breaking
family?
Bad.
He had my back a couple of times, and he's a close personal friend of Jesse's. Bitch.
I was
Yeah.
always curious on
Right.
Los Pollos Hermanos.
Yeah.
What was your favorite combo meal?
You know, I could go with the frijoles, the frijoles. What is the rice?
Frijoles.
What the hell is that? I'm a Philadelphia guy.
Yeah.
You
I don't
probably
know
like a
these things.
cheesesteak.
I'm not talking about cheesesteak, and I'm not talking to you, Robert. What I'm trying to do is have a conversation with a guy that is much more familiar with me than you are. So I suggest that you keep your mouth shut and listen to somebody who knows, as opposed to flapping your gums, which you do without any background information.
Any what information?
Background information.
May I offer one thing?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do with you, Robert,
Right, it's
is
Rob.
I'm going to allow you to ask any questions you have, and I'll answer them if I can. And
Okay.
if I can, I recommend. Here's the best thing for you to do: listen and keep your mouth shut.
I just have one question, though.
Fire away.
All right, just to reset that, this is Mike Ehrmantraut.
Please.
From-
Mike
Breaking
Ehrmantraut,
Bad.
yes,
From Breaking Bad.
former head of security at Los Pollos Hermanos.
Now, you see, the thing that concerns me is before I get into the show, I want to know
God.
who I'm going to be
Damn it.
spending the next 5 seasons with. So, all I want to know, Mike, are you okay?
Gunshot wound. Yeah, what?
A gunshot?
Still nursing that.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it, Robert.
All right, my question for you is,
Yes, Robert?
it's Rob.
Sorry.
How do you make
No,
a-
I'm not.
What?
I'm Mike Ehrmantraut.
I know you're not sorry.
I don't get sorry.
Your motto, no regrets.
Pony boy there.
He is. You want to talk to Matt Bloom?
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, it's Mike Ehrmantraut.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
How you doing?
Pony, I got to ask you something.
Yeah.
That little matter we discussed about a week and a half ago,
Oh, yeah?
did you take care of it?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You're a good boy, Pony.
Thank you.
Better than Robert.
Hey, it's Rob.
Yeah. All right, go
My
ahead.
question is,
Well,
I just
where's
want
the Breaking Bad music?
I had it already.
Well, play it again for Christ's sake.
You know what?
Yeah.
Please, I was just wondering.
Yeah, what's
I'm
that,
going to
Robert?
stay away from anything that might be touchy, like how you make a living.
Robert,
I just want to
you're
know.
trying my patience.
I just want to know.
If it was up to me, you know what I'd do. You know how I deal with you.
How?
I'd take you out to the desert.
Oh, God, I don't
and
want
I'd put
that.
you in a hole, Robert.
I just want to know, should I refinance my house?
All right, you're mocking me now. What you're doing is you're mocking.
Not mocking you.
You know what you are? You're a punk. You're a no-good, lousy punk that's got a bad attitude.
No, that's so not true.
I want to talk to, listen, I got to go back over to the car wash to see Skyler.
Skyler?
Oh, what do
Skyler,
you
see, you wouldn't ask that question if you knew what you were talking about.
What do you think
Mike
about...
Ehrmantraut.
Yeah, Mike, what do you think
Mike
about...
Ehrmantraut here.
Emmy, what are your true feelings about Skyler? She's a handful, right?
You know, if you were here, you know what I'd be doing?
What's that?
I'd be looking at you with those dead, tired eyes of mine.
Oh, do you have dead eyes?
I got dead, tired eyes.
I didn't know you had dead eyes.
I got dead, tired. And I got weird ears.
Now,
I got really weird ears.
now we're talking about you.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted.
Can I ask a question?
You can.
We got a phone line between us, right?
Right.
You can hear me and I can hear you.
That's right.
What are you screaming for?
What?
You're screaming at the top of your lungs. I can hear you. You got the receiver up to your mouth.
What we're doing is we're projecting.
Yeah,
we're
don't
excited to talk to
project.
you.
If you project, it gives me a headache.
All
When
right.
I get a headache, I get angry.
We
When
don't
I
want
get
that.
angry, I do things I regret. And I don't want to do something I regret, Robert.
I understand. The name is Rob.
Whatever.
Say, do you ever hang out with other characters on Breaking Bad?
Oh, occasionally I do.
Really?
Well, I spend time with people that I have to spend time with, like
'Cause
Walter.
Walter White. You don't seem very social.
Jesse occasionally. You know,
Yeah.
Jesse's had my
Jesse
back for a
Pinkman.
while. Jesse Pinkman, bitch.
Ironically, he's not a pink man.
I try to avoid Hank Schrader.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's with the Drug Enforcement Agency.
Well, why
the
would you
fuzz.
hang with him? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the bad guy, but I was a cop, so I understand what we're talking about.
You were a what?
Huh?
You were a what?
I was a cop.
I understand. You're from
Do
Philadelphia.
you ever
Philadelphia.
spend time with Saul?
Visor.
Saul Goodman?
I wouldn't darken that son of a bitch's door for any reason whatsoever. I don't like the guy.
Really?
I don't care for him. He's slippery.
Really?
His brother's here, though.
Saul Goodman has a brother?
Yeah, he's standing here. I got him tied up.
Let me talk to him.
You want to take the blindfold off?
Yeah, well,
Hold
it's
on.
up to you.
Hey, Alan.
It's Alan Goodman.
Alan. Alan, I'm gonna take the gag off you, Alan. I want you to know one thing. You're gonna be talking to Robert and Oscar. And I've got your brother in my crosshairs, Alan. So don't say anything stupid. I'm gonna take off the gag now. You want to talk to him?
Yeah, it sounds like
All
you're
right, here we go.
struggling with the gag.
Hello, Rob.
Hi, Alan.
It's Alan Goodman.
How are you?
A blast from the past. Start the goddamn show.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Hi, hello. Woo! What you got there?
Gee, thought you might need a little warm-up.
Thanks a bunch. So what's the deal now? Gary says triple homicide?
Yeah, looks pretty bad. Two of them are over here.
Where is everybody?
Well, it's cold, Margie.
So we got a trooper pull someone over. We got a shooting. These folks drive by. There's a high-speed pursuit. Ends here, and then this execution type deal. I'd be very surprised if our suspect was from Brainerd.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what. From his footprint, he looks like a big fella.
You see something down there, Chief?
No, I just think I'm gonna barf.
Jeez. You okay, Margie?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just morning sickness. Well, that passed.
Yeah?
Yeah, now I'm hungry again.
You have breakfast yet, Margie?
Oh, yeah. More made some eggs.
Yeah?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Speedwagon, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Live from Studio 1K in the Fighterplex Broadcast Center, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are downloaded worldwide 20 million times and powered by Encore Insurance, everybody. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com, 102.9 FM WTNT in Washington, D.C.
And the mighty 1630 every day.
I just want to say hi to Kelly.
Every day.
Not a better guy in the world.
And the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. You tell him about that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Our show today is brought to you by FanDuel.com.
You got the fever.
I got the fever, but I'll tell you, I don't have a fever quarterback. My quarterback, that Oakland Raider.
Oh, not so great.
I'm trying to see how I did here. Hold on.
I know.
You know how I did?
Oh, I got an update.
You did? All right,
Mike,
give me the
have
update.
you ever...
I'm on the page right now. Incidentally, FanDuel.com, it's fantasy football. Every single week, 1 week fantasy football leagues for real cash, immediate weekly cash payouts with no waiting, no upfront fees, and no season-long commitments. Play 1 week or every week and win, win, win. I love it. I had so much fun with it, but I got to get my general manager in here because I'm not happy with his performance.
Have you ever been a member, a citizen of Raider Nation?
Never.
No, and it continues to this day, apparently.
I did lose a bet one time, dye my hair blonde and wear a Oakland Raider jumpsuit.
I remember the blonde hair. I had forgotten about...
Back on the old Don and Mike show. I think it was a Red Sox bet.
What people need to know is that it wasn't just a Raiders workout suit. It was leather.
Yeah, it was a leather, like a leather sweatsuit.
Okay.
It was ridiculous. How did I do?
You are up $70.
Oh, Josh Murphy!
This week or overall?
Overall.
Hey!
Overall?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good thing. Does that mean like I've lost my initial stake? Yes, it does. He's trying to.
This is what I have.
He's such a
So didn't you invest?
Bolivian.
You invested $200.
Yes.
And you've won negative $130.
Yes, I have. But if I had a general manager who chose to, draft better quarterbacks, I think I'd be in better shape.
What about that quarterback in week 1?
What's he doing starting the Oakland Raiders quarterback? It's a shot in the dark that they're going to do well.
His defense, and again, it is my job to inform you what your general manager wants to do.
What's really sad to me is that Josh had such a great start, and now he's running Mike's team like Al Pacino on any given Sunday.
He says, tell Mike O'Mara, this is from text.
I want him taken out of class today.
We still made profit.
Come to my office.
Oh, wait, if we made profit, then that might mean I am...
not as much as I would have liked to because of injuries effed us up.
Okay.
You had 3 major injuries, including Terrell Pryor yesterday in the 4th.
Oh, he got hurt? I didn't watch the game. I was watching Breaking Bad.
A sore throat, I think.
Right.
So you're up overall, so you're not down. Mm-hmm. And he says, it'll be better next weekend. There's no way this many injuries will ever happen to me again.
Do we still have the hum on the phone line?
It'll be a little bit. We can try and call him.
Can we call Josh?
Absolutely.
Oh, there's no way he answers.
Let's
I hope
see.
he does. Do you have his number?
I do.
All right,
we'll call this.
I think he is in class.
That would be awesome. I think that'd be better. Maybe we could address the class.
Okay. Let's just wait.
George Mason University.
Josh Murphy is my general manager. He is the guy that drafts my fantasy football team, and I want to have a word with him because the ownership is now becoming more curious about the process. But we're talking about FanDuel, and this is an actual commercial we're doing right now. They like us to involve our sponsors in show content. Well, this is as involved as it gets. Go to FanDuel.com, click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner, and use the code TMOS to sign up today. New users get up to $200 in free money, but you have to enter my code TMOS when you join FanDuel.com, where every week is a new season. That's FanDuel.com.
Hey, you've reached Josh's voicemail. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
At the tone,
Please let me handle this.
Okay.
when you have finished recording,
Okay.
you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
This is Wellington Mara, general manager and owner of the New York Giants. No, I'm not the general manager. The owner of the New York Giants, who's dead. Let me say this. You're screwing up, Buster Brown. And I'd like my team to have a better performance next week. We're not going to win any dollars if you're out there starting hack quarterbacks for subpar NFL teams. Thank you. And I want you to report to me as soon as you get this message. I don't care whether you're in the middle of class or you're sitting on your ass. Get back to me as soon as you can. Thank you. Goodbye. There we go. Anyway, FanDuel.com.
Right in the middle of geography.
Where every week is a new season. That's FanDuel.com. And use the code TMOS. And how did you do? How did your team do? This is funny.
A lot of times, you know what? I was shocked when I found out that Josh was starting players from the CFL.
I knew we had trouble when I saw Joe Namath as my starting quarterback.
But he guaranteed a win.
He did. He pointed at the end zone.
That's right.
And Doug Flutie.
How'd you do?
No, I didn't do too well because I didn't get an update. And usually when I don't get an update,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
bad.
I had $26. He made He had my $50. And then, in fairness to Josh, while I may be losing money, what I do know is that he desperately cares about making money for Michael
Well,
Mara.
he knows FanDuel.
He desperately cares from hiding from the phone call.
Here's the thing. FanDuel is, what I love about it is you can put a different lineup
Week
on the
to
field
week.
every single week, and I just want to have a little input. I'd like to have a little more marquee.
You want to be an active owner.
I'd like to be a little, I'd like to have marquee players.
Painting with broad strokes.
Yes.
Would you say stay away from the entire Oakland organization?
Yes.
You're soured
Yes,
on it now.
100%.
Okay. What organization would you like to feature?
Peyton Manning.
I wouldn't mind.
Peyton Manning organization?
Denver Broncos.
That would be a nice little thing. I would say, the one team in the East. It's all about matchups, Rob.
I understand.
It's all about the matchups.
You're preaching to the choir.
No, it's about the matchups and who's playing who.
Right.
But at the same time, I'd like to kind of be watching the game that everybody else is watching. But I guess you can't do that. I don't
JM the
know.
GM, and that's what we shall call him
Call
now.
him back.
Call him back.
Call him back. Call him back. I'll take it back. Yeah, because this, you know what? Really, I have no right. I have no right. Now, a lot of times I'll have right. I'll have right. Is that his number?
Yeah, redial.
That's great. Now everybody knows his number.
Call him.
Call him and wish him well.
day.
Right.
JM the GM.
Let's see what happens.
If you can decode that tone, it's all yours.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Straight to
now.
voicemail. Guarantee it.
If it would ring, it would
Your
be
call
fantastic.
cannot be completed as dialed.
Maybe that little
and
function
try your
doesn't
call.
work.
Yeah.
Did we not pay for that upgrade?
We might not have.
I don't think you have to pay for redial, do you?
I ain't sure.
I ain't sure.
I ain't sure. No, the bottom line is he's doing this for me. He knows it better than I do. I just want to give him some support now. I want to give him some love.
So you're going to give him some positive reinforcement?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
JM the GM? Mm-hmm. He's going to make it happen? Get her done.
Does he answer is the question.
Let's see what happens.
The phone keeps ringing?
Humanities 101 can't be that important.
I thought he was in one of those sex classes. Easy A.
You can always duck out of class to take the phone call.
You know what? Can you do that nowadays? Because there weren't cell phones when we were.
He's not in high school. He's in college.
I know, but it's rude.
Yeah, didn't you see the social network? You can just leave whenever you want.
Hey, you reached Josh's voicemail.
I'm not here, so you're gonna have to wait for the tone, and that'd be great.
Tone. Please record your message.
His voice
When you
changed.
have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, Josh. Josh is Mike O'Mara. Mike O'Mara from the Mike O'Mara Show.
That's his voicemail voice.
I just want to say you're doing a fantastic job, and keep up the good work. Obviously, we'd like to put a slightly better team on the field for this coming week. Maybe some more marquee players out there. That would be important. But, of course, it's all about the matchup, and I just want to say really appreciate the due diligence being done on these lineups on FanDuel every week. Wanted to say thank you.
Also, he really should call Oscar. Quit hiding from your feelings, Josh.
Yeah, Oscar's put a couple of calls into you. He needs to hear from you. And we'd love to see you around the old ranch if you get a chance. Why don't you come by this week and make some old fashions? Bye now. There he goes.
The ranch.
Please stop by the ranch. We'd really
Stop by
appreciate
for
it.
coffee anytime after 3.
Oh, God. Okay, so
He is so conflicted right now.
Why?
Because you've yelled at him and you've treated him well. Depending
Well,
on
I'm
the
not
order,
gonna do it.
And depending on the order that he listens to those messages, and there's no telling which one might happen first.
Fantasy football on any level with me is I learn it as I go. The more involved I get, the more interested I get. Right? It's fun because I learn I didn't know Terrell Pryor. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
The more you win, the more interested
And incidentally, based on that NFL, a lot of those guys end up in lineups.
Tell
you
me
know
about
what I mean?
it.
Huh?
Tell me about it.
All right,
a lot of
come on.
bad isms rolling around.
Bad actors, boy.
One of the worst of them is athleticism.
Right.
Did you see the story?
Like that guy Jose Jimenez up in New England. You know, they killed the guy.
I believe that was a character on the Bill Dana show.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron Hernandez.
That's who you're looking
Jimenez.
for.
Whatever.
Jose Jimenez. Remember when they sent him to the moon? What a crazy incident that was, because he was just a young Mexican boy.
That was a great sketch.
And all of a sudden he's on the moon.
Fabulous sketch.
My Baltimore Ravens.
Yes.
Did you see the story about what happened in their limo bus?
Not only do I heard the story, I'd love to play you the tape of Harbaugh reacting to
please.
it. Have you heard it?
No, please share with me before we play the tape.
It's Jacoby Jones. What
Yes,
position
yes.
does he play?
Wide receiver, if I'm not mistaken.
Apparently he fell in with a bad crowd. And
That's not a smart-sounding name, is
Jacoby
it?
Jones?
Doesn't it sound like a guy that might be a little
Sounds
slow on the uptake?
Sounds like the world's stupidest law firm.
Jacoby Jones.
Yeah, I keep Jacoby Jones on retainer.
Rocky Rose.
So he's on a party bus. Is it this weekend?
In D.C., yes.
And what happens, Mike, is he fell in with a bad crowd.
So he was on a party bus of other NFL players?
And
They were
other
celebrating
people.
their teammate's birthday.
And a stripper or an exotic dancer hit him on the head with a champagne bottle.
Because he was so obnoxious?
You know what?
No one knows.
No one knows.
No
Although
charges have been filed.
We do know
I know
this.
exactly what happened. I don't need any of the. I don't even need the police report.
What is that?
He wanted her to touch his penis.
Then it really would be a party bus.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I bet
that
it involved
happened.
his penis.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, why would she hit him on the head?
Now, all I know is one time
Allegedly.
I went to a bachelor party.
Oh, no, it's all fact.
I went to a bachelor party in Baltimore.
Right.
And
It was Marty Bass's bachelor party.
I had a number of adult beverages.
Yeah.
And the ladies that were the entertainment at this particular hotel room
The hostesses.
were tardy.
And that means late.
Aren't
right?
they always late?
Yeah,
They
always.
but they were extremely late.
Never had a stripper come early.
And
Hey, now.
as soon as they walked in, I have this gift where women that engage in this line of work, I'm able to assess them very quickly
Of
as far
course.
as on pure physicality.
Well, you have a history with them.
And what do you mean I have a history with them?
We've all, because of what we do for a living, we've seen a lot of exotic dancers.
We've done
It
appearances.
has nothing to do with what we do for a living. You can get a guy that goes down and puts up brick walls that has familiarity with strip joints.
I understand, but what I'm
we
saying-
could be perfectly good broadcasters.
Yeah, but we've been forced into that life.
We have, and we've had a lot of them brought into our place of work.
right.
And because of that, you
Yes.
look at them with a, shall I say, a critical eye?
Instant assessment.
Yeah, instant.
And if the assessment is negative, then I suddenly don't care. And so these two ladies showed up at this hotel room. They're probably 15 guys.
Did any of them share the first name with an automobile company? So often they do. This is Dakota.
Okay.
Mercedes?
Yeah, there it is. He said it.
I wasn't going to say
You
that.
wouldn't be happy unless that was said.
She was a wonderful lady.
Stop it, please.
I understand.
So they show up and they put their little quilt down that they're going to perform on.
So disgusting.
Classy.
The quilt.
Hand stitch.
What happens is the quilt absorbs the spilled Jello and whipped cream.
It's pretty nasty.
Cleaned with Febreze.
But I was a little concerned because we were planning on roaring out in Baltimore, and as much as I was looking forward to the early evening entertainment, which was going to be these ladies,
Setting the table.
I'd rather go out to a regular reputable adult club. I would rather do
Oh,
that.
let's save it. Let's say you were ready to go to an Irish pub.
Sure, exactly. That's
Sing
what
the
it was gonna be.
unicorn and have a few beers.
And so they were late, and I was like, "God, okay, now we're going to have to sit through this gross, disgusting show, which really just didn't do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because I'd had a few adult beverages,
Liquid courage.
and I was sitting in a nice little dining room chair in the middle of this room with all the other guys.
A hard wooden chair.
And I pissed these women off.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because when they walked in, and I was just probably a third or fourth tier guest. I wasn't in the wedding party. I don't think I was even invited to the wedding. I was actually invited to the bachelor party.
Were you?
And it was kind of the radio thing.
I was going to say, were you invited to the bachelor party or were you hired?
It was. It was a friend of a friend.
I'm here, security.
That's right.
And so they walk in. The first thing I say is like, "You're late." And that's the tone I use. So that pisses them off right away. And they're both chewing the gum like there's nobody's business. And they have
Like a waitress in the movie Grease.
They have the big, thug guy that's at the door, that's their guard and stuff. It's like, "You're late," and I'm doing it for fun because I'm just doing it for this is my own show. I don't care if this bachelor party is ruined. I could care
Because
less.
you're from a distance.
So they get done, and they they go into the little bathroom. They come out in their little cheesy outfits, and they're getting their little stuff out, and they're still
props,
chewing the gum. And in between, I've had another adult beverage, and I say, "Ladies," and I say at the top of my lungs, the room gets quiet. I go, "Ladies, before the show starts, we're going to need you to get rid of the gum."
Oh, wow.
And they turn around, and I think one of them, they were brilliant women.
Of course.
And one turned around and said, I believe her response was, "What?"
Yeah, that's typical.
What?
That's in the handbook.
I said, "We're going to need the gum before you continue." And she said, "The gum?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm not giving up my gum." I said, "Well, we can't have a performance if you're not going to if you're going to keep chewing gum." And then at this point, the horny guys, they're just any. And I said, "Hey, Mike, it's all right."
The pony boys.
I like gum.
Yeah. And I said, and so at that point, when the guy said, "Come on, Mike, come on," so it's like, and one of the ladies said something to the effect of, "Yeah, what's this a-hole's problem?"
And I said, I'm so calm because I don't care.
Right. You have nothing to lose.
Ma'am, I'm not the a-hole. You were late and you're chewing gum, which in my book makes you the a-hole. And they left.
Oh, my God.
And half the room cared and half the room was pissed at me. It was beautiful.
No.
It was so beautiful because they're like, that's it. And they had their money. One of them had like a handful of this like singles.
Yeah.
And they've never seen him do this. And they threw the money. They threw the money and walked out of the hotel.
Wow. Well, the last thing you want to do is disrespect a stripper.
That's right. Because you know,
it seems to be a sensitive subject with them.
They won't take it.
It's a series of bad decisions that had got them that far. And they're not going to. What they want to do is get back on the right road.
But anyway, this was a rather long digression for an NFL event that happened.
Eyewitnesses
who was the player?
Jacoby Jones.
And who's he playing for?
But there was a bunch of players on this limo bus in the District of Columbia.
Yeah, but they're from Baltimore. He was a.
These are Ravens.
He's a Raven, and many witnesses have said that he was very bloody. And so, whatever, a lot of times a head injury.
Does Fox know him?
I haven't talked to him about it.
Fox?
Maybe that'd be a good Dominique Foxworth.
I know who you're referring to. It just
Fox.
seemed awfully familiar
That's
for you.
his nickname.
He likes Fox.
That's his nickname. That's for people who know him.
I understand.
You ever met him?
I used to call John Wayne Duke.
Have you ever met him?
No. Has he ever met me?
I've met him and hung out with him.
Yeah,
so that's why I call him Fox.
That's fantastic.
Well, you were busting my balls for calling him Fox.
I think that you are not
Alice.
quite familiar enough to call him Fox.
Okay, Nancy, play your little tape.
No. Have fun. I'm taking my iPad and going home.
No, because remember we want to get Dominique Foxworth on the show because he accused me of being the most tragically white man in the world.
Well, maybe you're pretty white when you say it. Is that what Fox says?
I didn't. I'm sorry, I got a little cold.
It's the perfect opportunity because he's got a movie coming out.
So I understand that some of these guys, Fox, got into some hot water.
It's a great movie. It's a documentary called People That Don't Know Me That Call Me Fox. No, but this is Coach, good guy, Jim Harbaugh, talking about getting hit on the head with a champagne bottle on a party bus.
Okay.
Regarding Jacoby, we got reports of that. Middle of the morning this morning sometime, I think I heard about that. As far as him, he's fine. He went through everything today that he was supposed to go through.
Stop it
Didn't
right
miss
there.
anything.
Typical Harbaugh.
Yeah.
It's like an injury report.
Yeah.
Well, because he was already injured.
Okay, but let's lead with he's going to be okay. Yeah, I had a little incident. We're hoping that the champagne bruise to his brain from the stripper, he's questionable for game time.
Luckily, the alcohol and the champagne and the effervescence kept the wound clean.
Okay, keep playing it.
Not very impressed, personally, with the report. It's not something we want to be known for. I would like to think it's not something those guys would want to be known for. It's nothing to be proud of. So, kind of disappointed in that sense. My dad, Jack Harbaugh, is here, and that was definitely a motto that was enforced in our household. Nothing good happens after midnight, and I did reiterate that with the guys today, yes.
I like that rule.
Yeah.
So true, though.
Oh, that is
so true.
That was one of Big Daddy's.
It was true in my
That
bar.
was one of Big Daddy's favorite things to say.
Nothing good happens after midnight.
Don't break curfew. Nothing good happens after midnight.
You lose your wallet, lose your cell phone. That's right. A gangbang breaks out.
Yeah.
Anything.
Nothing good happens after midnight.
True.
My new motto.
Yeah, sure.
Get home by midnight. Mike O'Mara. Everything will be better.
Mike, get home and in bed by midnight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Rob. Thanks, Fox. We'll take a break.
Hey, no problem, Duke.
When we come back, I will tell you about my incredible obsession, which you probably already know about, when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of the program brought to you by Amazon.
Love it.
The Mike O'Mara Show's Amazon page. Amazon is the one place to go for everything you need. Do you love music?
I do.
Sure you do. Well, music lovers, Amazon has got you covered. Of course, Amazon has all the CDs that you crave, but also hundreds of thousands of MP3s available for instant download right now.
Benefited from it yesterday, and I want to tell you something that I ordered a Blu-ray DVD on Amazon Prime yesterday at 3:30 p.m. It was at my house before I left this morning.
It's incredible.
It really is, and now I get to watch Bates Motel all over again in beautiful high definition.
You got your microwave yesterday.
Saturday, I seriously, Saturday, we're having a discussion about it because our microwave was destroying food.
Right.
And like flaming up when we were, it scares you. You know.
Hi!
Hi there.
I'm the microwave.
Well, it seems that your popcorn is catching fire.
Look at this. It's raw in the middle and burnt on the outside.
So Saturday, I ordered my Panasonic microwave.
Yes.
It is at the door yesterday.
It's gorgeous, too.
It's really terrific, and it's so much fun. You know what it is? This is my fun with Amazon.
Yeah.
You do this where, this is online shopping, but specifically Amazon. You see that logo, that Amazon logo at your door.
You feel
and it's
good.
like
Trust
a little bitty Christmas morning.
It is.
So anyway, sales of music on vinyl has gone up 745% in the past 5 years.
And
Well,
that's
guess what?
just at my house.
Your LPs on Amazon, not only do they have the best selection, but with Amazon's auto rip feature, sounds so dirty.
But it's great.
Auto rip lets you get a digital copy of every select LP you buy.
It's so cool. And you know what? If you want to get into vinyl, there's 100 record players for sale on Amazon, all make and model.
From office supplies to microwaves to Blu-rays to all the music you need, it's Amazon. But go to Mike O'Mara's Show's page and click on Amazon, or just bookmark it at MikeO'MaraShow.com and do it today, Buster.
Yeah, Buster.
So speaking of obsession, which we do a lot on this show, we all have our little trips and our little things that we love. I have a new record. I have never in my lifetime spent more time with a cast of characters on a television show than I have with Breaking Bad.
Is this your first real experience with binge television watching?
I've binged before. I've watched multiple seasons before. I have never watched, we're talking 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to the finish line. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And this show, Oscar and I were talking about it before the show. Yeah, we're late to the party on it. I'm late to the party on it.
I was late to the party 2 seasons ago, and because Chad put me onto it.
And there are a lot of people that are actually turning on to this show late in the game, and a lot of people are binging. AMC is actually broadcasting all the episodes leading up to the grand finale, which comes up this Sunday, I want to say.
It would be this Sunday.
Isn't it a week from Sunday? Because I don't think they'll be able to get all the episodes in that much time.
Well, no, because I just watched the second to last episode yesterday.
All right, let me double check the date.
Yeah, so I think
will you
it's
double
this
check
Sunday.
that and find out the Breaking Bad season finale? Because we'll promote it.
I can confirm.
It's really it's just as good as everybody says. When something lives up to the hype, it really is so much fun. But I am almost like a good book. I've never had an experience where I can't put the television series down. And
What time did you bail last night? Because there's always a time at like 11:30 when you think, do I want to do one more episode tonight?
I went till 2 o'clock.
Oh,
did you really?
I went till 2 a.m.
Wow.
I got into the second episode of season 4. And the second episode of season 4. And it's also, I was weaning myself off the NyQuil.
Of course.
And there's a little drug study right there.
Yeah.
When you're, when you're maintaining your sleep patterns based on a drug that you get over the counter, and you finally stop it, and all of a sudden your body goes, "Hey, it's sleepy time. Where's that drug you're going to pour into your body right now?"
This Sunday, September 29th, is the finale.
9 p.m. Yeah.
9 p.m.
Yep.
And so my goal now, and a goal that I know I'm going to reach now, is that I will be completely caught up so that I can actually watch the season finale.
The series
finale on live television.
The episode is called Felina. Does that mean anything to anybody?
Nope.
The episode is entitled Felina?
Final.
Is that what it is?
Final in Italian.
Really?
Oh, because he doesn't even speak English. Don't trust him for Italian.
It's
He's just so wrong.
It's Felina.
It's the perfect storm.
Tomato sauce.
I like it, the Felina.
Hey, you just glazed over the fact that he debuted a new character voice.
Oscar's
Felina
Italian.
pasta. With Rositi.
Waiter, we're going to need another table.
There are days. There are days I wonder how he makes it into this studio. I truly worry about the boy. I really do. You ever wonder that? Sometimes when you listen to Oscar and you just say to yourself, "Why broadcasting?"
Yeah,
anyway,
I question that every day.
Yeah, we're going to need the gum.
But we love him.
We do.
So anyway, it's something that it's everything. There are a few things that live up to the hype. And if you want to get a pen and pencil out right now, write these down because it's a short list for me.
Okay.
Here's what lives up to the hype.
All right.
Golfers, Pebble Beach. Pebble Beach lives up to the hype.
Okay.
100% lives up to the hype. If you ever get a chance to go out just to see it, just to look at it, it is, in my opinion, the most beautiful golf course.
Did they
in the
ever
world.
mention Pebble Beach in the Flintstones? Because that would be something they wouldn't even change the name of.
That'd be Pebbles Beach.
Pebbles Beach,
Right,
okay.
right next to Bam Bam Hill.
Of course.
The other thing that lives up to the hype is the city of New Orleans food.
Oh, yeah.
It is the greatest food city in the world. If you're a foodie, you must get to New Orleans because it will not disappoint you. And I'm talking about walking down the street into any joint. There are a lot of joints you can
Can't
just
find
walk
a bad
into,
meal.
and you'll find yourself a good food item.
I'm an idiot. It's a translation from Spanish, it says.
Okay, what is? It's Spanish. It's your native language.
I am an idiot. But see, in Spanish, for me, final would have been the final.
Final.
Yeah, but it says here it's a Spanish translation.
Felino?
Felina. Maybe it's proper Spanish.
Felina
from
is
Spain.
What does felina mean?
It says final.
Oh, felina.
Yeah.
Felina.
I don't trust him.
Could it be a Mexican slang?
Well, I just got this off the web. Anything's possible.
Since they do the the Mexican thing over there.
All right, Mike,
oh yeah, Felina.
Is this list complete of things that live
Pebble
up to
Beach. Rob wrote a third one on there.
Yeah.
No, not as good as they're hyped out to be.
It depends on the.
Unless they're perfection.
Yeah, and you know what?
And how many of those did you get?
Well, you know what? They say they're like pizza. Even when it's not very good, it's still pretty good.
Felina is from Spain, proper Spanish.
I see.
Not my people's. From South America.
So I think Breaking Bad is a show. I would recommend it to anybody. I think anybody that gets into it. And one of the things that just blows me away. When did this show come on in 2008? Is that when it started?
I can't give you the exact date, but
that sounds about
11,
right.
12, 13.
Sounds about right.
I think 2008. So I have been watching it since really Saturday. I've been catching up, and I have been sequestered in my bedroom, my sickly bedroom, with my sickly sheets and sickly, Kleenex and my sickly NyQuil right on the sickly bed next to my sickly breathing machine.
When you keep NyQuil on your nightstand, that's the next step.
It's so disgusting.
It's not great.
You go into that room right now, and it's toxic. We keep the baby out of it.
January 20th, 2008.
Really?
So the beginning of 2000.
It is truly a masterpiece.
When I think of you watching 5 years in a week, it's like a Stephen King movie, like a man who's rushing to his death. It's like Thinner. It's like, what happened? Oh, my God, he woke up the next day and his hair was to his shoulders. He sped up the aging process.
There are two factors here. Number one, you enjoy it, but you enjoy it in a much different way because you are binging and there's no waiting, so it's instant gratification. But I think, in a small way, even though you probably concentrated, you learn the characters better and you're more immersed in them for a more concentrated period of time, you probably don't get the same feel as fans that have been there since the beginning. Because I think really, ultimately, the way to watch a television show is to be there at the beginning, and it's something that you spent 5 years of your life with. And I've gotten that 5 years like in a week. It's pretty cool.
But is it too intense? Because, there's really two kinds of TV shows on television, and they can both be fine. But there's the kind that you watch, and then there's the kind that are kind of on. I would say that, I watch, say, like The Mindy Project on Fox. It's a good sitcom.
The Mindy Project.
Yeah, it's actually very funny. You would like it.
That's true.
But you can have it on in the background. You're not going to.
It's funny when we're talking about.
Meth dealers.
What's that?
Meth dealers.
But I'm making a point here.
I know.
Is that with that on, you can have it in the background. You've been doing stuff, and
no,
you're
that's
fine.
fluff. That's fluff.
But a show like Breaking Bad, or go back to like
attention.
The Sopranos, you've got to watch it.
What it is, this is the way I described it.
You've
This
got
show
to really pay attention.
This show is almost like a feature film quality show every single week. It is that crafted. It is that written. And it has elements of everything. It has elements of humor. It has the gratuitous violence that we gangster lovers love to watch. And then it's got the best writing and dramatic, and it's incredible acting by Bryan Cranston. And all the supporting cast members are incredible too. Just really great.
If you go back, say, 10 or 15 years, I guess you could put it in the same arena as The Sopranos, which was another show like that. Spread out.
Absolutely in the Sopranos league.
And also,
100%.
even though it was slow to start up, the first and second and third season of 24. That was, again, appointment television that was people started binging on. That's the first show I think people really crafted it to binge.
Yeah, there's a channel on DirecTV where I think they run 24 like all the time. It's 24 hours a day. But Oscar put his finger on it when we were talking about Breaking Bad. I have never seen a television program, Sopranos was close,
right,
where you feel esteem, you feel a connection, a positive connection with these despicable human beings.
And that's the hardest thing to write in the world. That's the reason that you guys like The Social Network and I didn't, because I didn't think there was a sympathetic character in the entire story.
I'm trying to think in Breaking Bad, and I'm only up to season 4.
Yes.
So obviously there'll be some new wrinkles that come in the season 4 and also season 5. But
the dance number.
In this, up until this point, I'm trying to think if there is anyone, outside of the son that's in that the Bryan Cranston's son in the is there anyone that is pure good? I think
not even his wife.
No, the wife is not.
And you know what? That's a comment on modern writing and modern society.
But it's weird because there are people that for basically a living cut people's heads off. That's what they do. The drug kingpin. This is the cartel, and there's no mercy. Any enemy is killed right away. But even so, when you see his character in a weird way, you root for him.
You do,
right?
And, we'll wrap this up when we come back. But I want to talk about what also I love in any art form, whether it's movies or television, because Breaking Bad gives you a plenty big heaping dose of that, too.
Really, is it a recent thing or something that's always been around?
It's through the theme of the whole show. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more. You are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show, and we'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Is this the Blues Brothers?
Yeah, B-movie Boxcar Blues. From
Is that
Side
out of phase?
B. No, it's not. Maybe it is.
That's out of phase, brother.
One channel only for some reason. I blame iOS 7.
Thanks,
buddies.
You're still having problems with your new software, right?
I only have about 32,000 songs in my iTunes, and none of them will sync since iOS 7 started.
I want to tell you about Vistaprint.com. They're sponsoring this segment, and Vistaprint has been with us for a good long time, and the reason for that is you respond to this promotion because this is one of the best offers you will get online or anywhere. And I'm talking about 250 premium business cards for only $10, including shipping. Even if you have a thought that you don't want to go all the way with, you will be absolutely thrilled that you can give this a test run.
Yeah.
You get 250 premium business cards for only $10.
It's like buying one drink at Starbucks. And you get a whole box of cards.
Right. And, then you can have fun with them like Rob Spiewak does, or you can, really take the time to go to the website because they have everything you need to get the word out about your products and services, and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg. Listen, it is all about small businesses in America. You hear every politician in the world talk about small businesses. The fact is, Vistaprint is one company that's out there that is helping small business by giving this incredible offer for businesses and also just for fun. If you want to get 250 premium cards to hand out at parties.
I got 250 cards that say, "Thank you, Apple."
Yeah, absolutely.
And I
because
just
you're
hand
so
them
thrilled
to everyone that will talk to me.
They have low price guarantee for their premium business cards. So if you're not happy, they're not happy. You can call them up and they will make it right. Get 250 premium business cards for $10, shipping included. And you know what the button is? Go to the upper right hand corner and put in TMOS and do that. Don't delay. 250 high quality premium business cards for only $10. Use that little icon TMOS in the upper right hand corner. And remember, it's fantastic. We've all used them, and you can change your business cards because people like to do that. Keep them fresh.
Updated, yeah.
Then you get an idea. You might see somebody else's card. You say, I want that. Go ahead. You do it. 250 of them are at your door in just no time for just $10. It's a great deal. Getting back to what we were talking about with Breaking Bad, I mentioned that one of the things I love in movies and also my television shows is overall, if you want to put your kids down in front of a television show, to give them an anti-drug message, put them down in front of Breaking Bad. It is, without question, the most effective anti-drug message, and they don't do it by preaching. They just do it by showing what this product does to people.
When someone wins, they lose.
Absolutely,
right?
There is no winning.
No,
you realize that there is no winning in this world, and it's just it also really unlocks the world of crystal meth. And what that does to people. And, I've heard about that. The first time I became aware of this, I think I was watching a documentary, and they showed a driver's license of a 31-year-old woman who appeared to be 65 because she had destroyed her body. I don't know what the chemical properties are with crystal meth that causes the body so much damage, but it's truly amazing what that drug does to people. And you see a lot of meth heads.
I had a neighbor growing up, and he's gone through recovery and is since I think maybe 15 years sober now. But as a child, I remember he had come over. He had gone away and come over. Yeah, he's a dick.
Hey, 15 years sober. I've never done it. Not even the first 15 years of my life.
He came back, and when you're in high school, you're like, "Hey," just wave. You'll say hi to. It's your neighbor,
right?
And he came over, and he's like, "Hey, man," I went away. He did so much meth at the point, and he's since moved.
See, I never had experience with people doing that drug, so
Yes.
tell me about
Well,
it.
I didn't know anything about meth, and then he basically
And how long ago was this? Because it would have to be.
I was in high school, maybe 20 years
So
ago.
it had to be in the forefront of the meth movement.
So did your paths cross while he was doing this drug? Did you
Before
get a chance
and
to see-
after.
Before, so you got to watch this.
Yeah, but he was older, so he's always kind of like the cool guy next door that had like a sports car and would do whatever he wanted,
God,
right?
see, I know nothing about. Well, see,
Me
I'm
neither.
not a drug guy, so I don't know a lot
well,
outside
I
of my
didn't-
wonderful alcohol.
I didn't know either, but
Doesn't
I
count.
remember that he just walked over to my parents' driveway, and I was like, "Hey, man, welcome back." Like I thought he'd gone to college. Who knew? Who
Right.
knew? He's like, "No, man, I went to rehab," and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." And in a weird way, when someone's going through recovery, some people just love sharing, right?
It's part of it. I
Yeah,
think a lot of
yeah.
people build it into the program.
And I think it's important because really, it's kind of a cautionary tale. He said, if anybody ever offers you meth, I don't know where you are in life with drugs or whatever, if you smoke weed, whatever your case is.
Right.
Don't do it, and I'll show you why. And he opened up his mouth, and he had all these holes in the roof of his mouth from all the meth he was doing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, because he was snorting it, and then it
it rots your. It literally rots away.
It would burn through the roof of his mouth.
It's that bad.
Wow.
That bad.
It does
Well,
that.
that's Mike. If
People's
you
teeth fall out. It's just
only if
horrible.
you get bad meth,
No, it's scary. It's a scary, and it's a
I'm
cheap
kidding.
drug, and it's scary.
and you can make it yourself.
Some people can.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I'm going to a website right now that's telling me the side effects of meth.
It will, like any drug, it will destroy someone's life. And I remember he went to a prestigious boarding school.
Really? He threw it all
yeah,
away.
and I thought that, this guy's going to go to college. His dad had an amazing job in the government.
You
And-
watch the show Breaking Bad and you kind of see examples, but I don't know it. I've never been around it, so I don't know. It says when taken, meth and crystal meth create a false sense of well-being and energy. That's kind of demonstrated in the show as well. And so a person will tend to push his body faster and further than it's meant to go. Thus, drug users can experience a severe crash or physical and mental breakdown after the drugs wear off.
Makes sense.
They go blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Here they just wrote these in a list of short-term effects of meth. Loss of appetite.
Okay.
Increased heart rate, blood pressure, body temperature, dilation of pupils, disturbed sleep patterns, nausea, bizarre, erratic, sometimes violent behavior, hallucinations,
Right.
hyperexcitability, irritability, panic, and psychosis. And now here are the long-term effects.
Yeah.
God. The last of the short term were convulsions, seizures, and death from high doses. Long-term effects are permanent damage to blood vessels of the heart and brain, high blood pressure leading to heart attacks, strokes, and death, liver, kidney, and lung damage, destruction of tissues if if it's sniffed, respiratory problems if smoked, infectious diseases and abscesses if injected, malnutrition, weight loss, severe tooth decay, disorientation, apathy, confused, exhaustion, strong psychological dependence, psychosis, depression, damage to the brain similar to Alzheimer's disease, stroke, and epilepsy.
There's one other short term.
Snort up, people!
Many of the people that do meth drive Subarus.
Wow.
Are you saying Pony Boy?
No,
does
not
meth?
at all.
That is so horrible.
I'm just wondering how he stays so skinny.
That is so horrible.
It troubles me. I wish him all the best.
Here's some pictures right here. I'm showing this to our Ustreamers.
There you go.
Wow.
That's some pictures of
tragic.
people that are on meth. And
Tragic.
this show, so one of the things I was getting back to with Breaking Bad, with all the entertainment and all the kind of gangster fun that we all look at with the drama of what's going on, ultimately the long-term message of this show is brilliant for people because you just like, number one, you get involved in a criminal enterprise, and you kind of, you're watching your back for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And number two, this particular insidious drug and what that can do to people. They turn, you see the real pictures of people on this website. And one of the things I thought when I'm watching Breaking Bad, when you will see a meth addict, you'll say, oh, that looks like you're watching a zombie movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what meth addicts look like. So it's just really, I can't say enough about it, and I know I'm not the only one that has. They don't need my help, that's for sure. Everybody's excited about it. But now I understand what all the hoopla is about. I have had listeners telling me to watch this show for 5 years. People have been just pounding me, you've got to watch Breaking Bad, you've got to watch Breaking Bad.
And you just don't like to be told what to do.
You know, what is it with television? God, are you the example of that?
I know.
I mean, you are so set in your ways, no one can tell you what to watch, when to watch it. I don't know why I'm like that. I think this experience has actually made me think I've got to be, I always say I'm an inch deep and a mile wide.
Yeah.
But I got to be wider. I want to make sure that I follow more things there, or at least experiment with them, because I watched this. I'm like, oh God, I feel like I've really missed a party for a few
and you know
years.
what? I feel left out, and I hope to catch up, and at least I'll get to see it. But the thing is, you know what? I had the same feeling with the show Lost. I tried Lost 3 different times, and I just couldn't do
Twice.
it.
I tried it
finally
twice.
got through it last year.
And you know what?
I thought that's not Breaking Bad.
No, it's not.
No,
But you know what? Where it could be a pile of crap, or it could have been brilliant. But what I felt bad about is that people were so into it. When I didn't like it, I felt I was missing out on something. And I tried, and I just couldn't do it. And I think that the reviews are obviously a lot stronger for Breaking Bad. It's a better show.
Right.
But that's one of the reasons.
Are you really going to watch it or not?
Absolutely.
You're going to watch it?
Absolutely.
Because I'd really be curious what you think. Because you don't necessarily watch those kind of dramas. That's not your bag.
I watch what I watch, and it's
when it's his teen.
Man, did you ever stop to think maybe it hits too close to home?
You don't
the Mindy
watch
Project.
What, the meth?
Yeah.
Speedway.
Mike, do you want to see the roof of my mouth? Look at this,
Speedway
like
meth
Swiss
lab.
cheese.
There we go.
Can you see this?
You don't like to watch scary stuff though, do you?
Oh, scary stuff I like.
He's not going to like the
I don't like
You like
unpleasant.
scary stuff. It was made in 1939.
No, I'll still watch a current horror movie.
You will?
Yeah, but I don't like the unpleasant. You know what?
Have you watched Silence of the Lambs?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Okay.
And I have The Exorcist on Blu-ray. I like great scary
All right.
movies.
I hope
But,
you fight through the unpleasantness. There are times when you finish an episode and you feel you're like, oh.
Oscar, I do every day.
Touche.
I'm so very Carrie, that was a really sad episode.
Birthday.
Happy birthday, Carrie.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
That is so cool.
Had a great day yesterday.
Oh, what'd
So
you
it
guys
was-
do?
She did a day of beauty, which she always loves to do.
That's cool.
And yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she also used the day to do a little shopping for Robert, which was cool.
Oh,
She
that's
found
nice.
a couple things for his birthday that are going to be a big hit next
And
week.
is that a mom? Is that a mom? That's a mom. Okay.
Yeah.
It's her birthday. How did she spend her birthday shopping for her son's
sweet.
birthday?
But she's very excited.
I'm gonna, when they get a little older, when I get a moment to spend with both those kids, I'm gonna take them aside seriously, look them in the eye, and go, "I just want you to know, you both got a couple of wonderful parents
Oh,
that
that's
love
cool.
you very much, and we've all watched.
They
that.
love him so hard.
And I'm not going to do it in a kind of a preachy way. Say, you better appreciate. I'm just going to go, your mom and dad are really nice to you, and they really love you a lot. Because I watch it
Julia
all
will
the-
say, that is really awesome. Thank you, Mike. And and Robert will say, shut up, old man.
Did you give her that special favor?
No, as a matter of fact, the best part of her gift was letting her off, giving her the night off. I offered.
Carrie, in honor of your
Declined.
birthday, I won't be climbing on tonight.
I'll be on the couch tonight. But I think Carrie's favorite thing last night is we took her to dinner as a family, and for I don't know how the planets aligned, the kids actually behaved and got along with each other for 2 straight hours in a very nice restaurant, and they
that's
did
great.
great. It was a good night. It was a fun night.
Well, I'm glad everybody's happy on the SPWAC front because, those kids, you do, that is an ultimate mom thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing Carla develop, even at this early stage of her motherdom. I'm watching her with my son, and yesterday was a very, I guess for certain parents, a little bit traumatic. His first shots at 2 months of age. And, of course.
Did you go with the Nutty Irishman, or did you do Sex on the Beach? What did you do?
Redheaded slut.
Nice. Oh, it's your favorite.
Yeah, that's what we had. So we get to the, of course, as is usually the case, Carla has her act together, and I'm a complete and utter wreck. I'm a wreck from the minute we left the house.
Oh, you were a wreck when we got here yesterday. I got here before Oscar, and the first thing out of your mouth was, well, the boy gets shots today.
Well, I get in the car, and I'm like going, I said, how was today's show? She always asked me, how was today's show? I said, oh, as usual, the boys were picking on me again today. And like I always do.
What I always say,
and then,
perfect.
And then Carla said to me, Carla starts to behave just exactly the same way Oscar behaved on the show towards me.
Lucky you.
And as soon as that happens, I realize, okay, yeah, it is me. I still am recovering from my cold, and I get pissed.
Yeah.
And that just gets me pissed because Carla's just like saying, well, yeah, can you make that turn a little faster? With and she's got the Oscar look on her face, like she's going, well, why are you going so fast?
It could have been worse. She could have hid the M&Ms.
But I realized that on the way there, I'm just a really very difficult person to be around because I'm nervous For the boy, I shouldn't be, but
No, you've got to link with that kid because he's your boy. It's different with daughters and sons.
It is different.
I wish that I could say that you're out of your mind and it's a kid is a kid, but I remember with Robert, it's just weird when it's your son because you're looking at a little version of you.
Yeah.
And everybody, I want to say that our son's pediatrician, is fantastic. She is the best. The support staff, maybe not so much.
Really? She's not surrounding herself with the best people?
Well, two of my greatest pet peeves. The doctor visit itself, this doctor is superlative. Really outstanding.
Is she hot?
Absolutely. She's not an unattractive woman, but she is absolutely.
praise.
She has her. Stop it.
A 10.
She has her act together and just. She has kids herself, which I think is a great quality for a pediatrician to have.
10 kids, Oscar. She has 10 children.
She's great. But on the front end and on the back end of the doctor's visit, two of my pet peeves in a medical environment happen. My number one pet peeve, and this is for anybody that works in a medical office.
Right.
I know you see hundreds of people a day. I know that it's a factory. I know it's a very difficult, but you are the first line of defense.
Sure.
Please, from the bottom of my heart, simple human acknowledgement, okay? Which means eye contact, how are you, greeting, something along the lines, instead of taking your wizened claws and poking into your computer terminal and asking a question, has anything changed?
Let
me finish here. That was the question with no one looking up. Now, I was standing next to my wife, and I was confused by the question.
Right.
Has anything changed? Well, it's cloudy today.
We have a black president.
So this is the deal. Yeah.
Right into the keyboard.
Hello. Looks right down on the keyboard. Has anything changed? Because you know why she asked that? Well, of course.
She's thinking
from the Super C, it was an insurance-related question.
Of course.
Because that's what she deals with, because we're not human beings. We are numbers to her. And then at the same thing on the way back, the very nice lady on the other side checked us out while Miss Gulch was over at her copying machine, not even bothering to, have any, and just a most miserable person to deal with in a very minor way. Did I think it was the end of the world? I do today because I'm tweaking it up a little bit. But really, overall, just be civil. Be civil. Civility. That's all I'm asking
We had
for.
a running joke back on the old show because we actually saw a sign at the receptionist of an affiliate station. It said, Director of First Impressions. And we laughed about that.
It is so true.
But it's very true. And you also have to keep in mind, when someone goes to a doctor, they're not going bowling. They're not going to an amusement park. You go to a doctor, already you're at a disadvantage.
Exactly.
Either you're sick, or the best case scenario, you're having your day ruined because you're being inconvenienced by going to a doctor. At least give you some sort of validation that they know you're there, and a smile means a lot.
So we go in and we get through that. No big deal, really, no big deal at all. And we get in there and then we have a marvelous exchange with the very punctual and very competent doctor who answers all of our questions. And we get a wonderful health report on my son. And my son is in the 60th percentile of growth.
Oh, that's perfect.
And that's terrific. I said it's 10% above average. I love that a lot. And everything's going great. And then it's time for vaccination time. And
that's what you were dreading.
Funny line from the doctor. He said, because we said, you won't be giving the vaccinations? She said, what was her comment? She said, hey, that's why I went to med school.
There we go.
Which was a brilliantly funny line because I guess the standard, SOP is that the nurse comes in. And then the 25-minute wait began.
Oh, no.
And at the 22-minute mark...
You mean you are in your room, like the examination room, you, Carla, and child, alone?
Yes.
For 25 minutes?
10 after 2 to 2:30.
Oh, that sucks.
And
bad magazines in there, too.
At the 10-minute mark, I looked at Carla and I said, I hear the laughing. Really? So I just hear the laughing. I hear the chortling. When you hear chortling in an environment, whether it's the front of an airplane, where we've all been on airplanes, where the flight attendants are going, that's great. Well, we're going to do that. Can I help you?
Yep.
Okay. It's the same thing with this. And I finally said, we've been forgotten.
Yeah.
And we were.
Oh,
we were forgotten.
And
for my child's 2 months vaccination. The first time a needle is going to be put into his leg. You little ass.
And you know
I was
what?
just
It's so
pissed about
awkward.
Are you
It's-
mad at Michael?
No, I'm mad. I'm mad at the nurse.
He's
mad at the
sure.
I'm not mad at my son.
Yeah,
my son
you?
can do no wrong.
And the reason it's so awkward is it's probably at like the 15-minute mark when you're thinking, do I want to be that guy?
Yeah, do you want to go
I
out
want to
into
be
the
the
hallway?
guy that says,
After 22 minutes, yes.
And when the comment was made, well, the doctor only pokes her head out and said we're all clear. You know, so
so blame the doctor?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Of course.
So I was pissed.
Lady
And,
that cashes
I guess
your
so.
Carla wasn't,
Write
but
your
I was. My son was a trooper. He was very brave, and it was the initial. Oh God, that's the worst feeling in the world.
You watched it?
I watched it.
It's hard.
And she was really quick about it. Once she did it, very quick about it, and then at the end, it was fine. And he was a little trooper, and he's doing great.
Good.
And I'm getting smiles every single minute. And I can't grab him yet because I've got this goddamn cold, and it's driving me nuts. But he's a good boy, a very, very good boy. And he's going to be a disc jockey when he grows up.
Oh, God. I
Because
hope
whenever
not.
you hear this song, ladies and gentlemen, you always got to go back to the 1970s and think about when music was really, really music. My name's Mike O'Mara. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. I'm here with Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana. Our associate producer is Mr. Ponyboy Bloom. And if he wants to give you a cigarette, go ahead and say thank you, Ponyboy. Saturday. We'll take a break. We'll come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. Omaricon 2013. Have you checked today?
I have not.
Can you check now?
I can.
Check right now?
Such joy he had with telling you that he hadn't checked.
Yeah, well, that's, Oscar and I have a bet as
That's
to...
like saying, do you have the money you owe me? I do not.
That's right. I think
Oh, that's completely different.
we're going to sell out by
Of course.
the end of 2 weeks.
That's right.
Oscar says by November 1st. I say in 2 weeks.
I said October 15th.
I think we're going to sell out sooner than later. And
November 10th.
You said October 15th.
No, I'm joking. When I say October 15th.
I stand my ground.
Oh, dear. Okay, Omaricon 2013 live at the State Theater. Saturday night, November 9th at 8 p.m. We got Mickey Coachella. We've got your bands also. If you want to have your band up on stage with us, you would like to enter your band in the Perform at Omaricon 2013 contest. All you have to do is send it to, what is it, Ponyboy?
That is band at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
BAND.
Band at MikeO'MaraShow.com, not BANNED.
Yeah, we don't want that kind of action.
Right. Give me the number.
Oh, you want it publicly?
No, just, show me a sign.
Oh, I'll write it down.
Okay, write it down for me. He's playing games with me right now. I can tell he always does this.
You know what's amazing?
He likes my neurosis.
It's a rare Tuesday appearance of Monday Oscar.
Yes, this is true.
Monday Oscar rules.
No, I think he's Tuesday Oscar.
Rules my
He's better than
butt.
he was yesterday. I was going to put him in the trunk of my car.
Well,
yesterday.
you know what? There's several factors at play. You're better today, too.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was I difficult yesterday?
yesterday.
Not difficult,
please.
a little sensitive.
You had wings.
What does that mean?
Means
I
you're a
had
tampon.
I was not a tampon.
And by the way, I
yesterday.
think it's a pad that has wings, not a tampon.
How am I supposed to know?
I don't think a tampon wasn't going to take flight. I'm sorry, your tampon is connecting through Atlanta.
All right. That's our total?
Yes.
Or is that
Okay,
how many
very
we
good.
sold yesterday?
That's our total.
Okay,
That's a good total.
That is a very, very good total. Well, it means we're going to do the show.
Well, you are.
You're not coming?
We've
I
got a
will see.
writers' meeting after the show today.
Save the date, Saturday, November 9th at the State Theater in Falls Church, Virginia. Get your tickets right away because we are seriously very close to selling out the bottom half.
What happens once the tickets are gone?
You're shut out.
That's right, they're gone. It's
You're
not
done.
like we're going to open up another hunk of tickets. Once they're gone, folks.
Omaricon 2013 superhero costumes optional, and get your tickets today by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com, or you can also go to the State Theater website and get tickets there.
Give
Are
the
you-
gift of O'Mara.
Please do. Thank you.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need, a comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, News You May Not Need.
Kenyan officials say 3 soldiers have died and 8 others have been injured in a fight with militants who attacked an upscale mall in Nairobi. The Kenyan Interior Ministry said Tuesday, the 4th day in fighting at the Westgate Mall, that 3 soldiers have succumbed to their injuries and that 8 others are still receiving treatment. Earlier, the Kenyan Red Cross confirmed at least 62 people have been killed, but spokesman Abbas Gullet said it was still not known how many more may be dead inside the building. It's truly amazing that this has gone on for 4 days now.
Horrifying.
And we'll
still be getting bad news.
And they've got the reporters over there, and they say, well, we heard explosions. I mean, you'd think after 4 days they'd at least be able to know what the explosions were. They don't know what's going on.
And, it is amazing that in this world we live in, where it's my team or your team, that the major thrust from so many of these media outlets about this story seems to be, how many Americans were among the attackers?
I hate that.
I get tired of that. I really think about, our fellow man, and we should be concerned with loss of life from everybody instead of, were they Americans? How were they recruited? Were they from Minnesota? Who cares? I just hope they're dead.
Yeah,
That's the way I
agree.
look at it. Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is urging world leaders to stop fueling the bloodshed in Syria with weapons and get both sides to the negotiating table to end the biggest challenge to peace and security in the world. In his annual State of the World address to presidents, prime ministers, and monarchs at the UN General Assembly on Tuesday, the UN chief said the response to last month's heinous use of chemical weapons outside Damascus has created diplomatic momentum, which I think it has.
Okay.
The first signs of unity in far too long. And really, I was listening to Bill Clinton on David Letterman last night, and he had a lot to say about the prospects for, maybe we can somehow negotiate and find a meeting of the minds in this horrible part of the world.
I agree.
Where people kill each other at the drop of a hat, we can only hope. So
I
let's
think
see what
Clinton's been
happens.
talking about it a lot. He'll be in the audio vault, but did he sound extra special raspy last night?
He did, but he is,
he's
without
great to watch,
question,
isn't he?
one of the most brilliant men to just sit there. Did you hear that audience? You couldn't hear a pin drop in that audience.
It was so great.
Because he was just, talking about everything going on in the world. He's a very bright guy. No matter what you say about Bill Clinton and, the whole Monica Lewinsky crap and his legacy and whatever, at the heart of Bill Clinton is a very smart man.
Of course.
I think that's obvious. A week after an IT contractor gunned down 12 co-workers at the Washington Navy Yard, officials began moving to close gaps in the security clearance process, recommending that all police reports involving an individual must be included when a background check is done. You think?
God, and they're just coming to this now?
It's kind of strange when you see the reviews of security and you kind of go, shouldn't that have been done to start with?
Seems obvious.
The Navy, in a report released Monday, revealed that the shooter, Aaron Alexis, did not disclose a 2004 arrest or some financial problems when he filled out his application for a security clearance when he joined the Navy as a reservist several years later. And officials said the background report given to the Navy at the time also failed to reveal that he had shot out the tires of another person's car during a 2004 dispute in Seattle. Can we all not agree that if we get this tightened up, that this might prevent future tragedies if we can
absolutely.
improve the background process?
Any additional security, any additional background, it can't help but help.
Right, I agree. The Nielsen Company says Sunday's Emmy broadcast scored a 1/3 audience spike over last year. Congratulations, CBS! Mediocrity wins!
Wow, that's been their policy for a long time.
I'm going to say that the quality of the television programs won. I think that's what it is, not CBS and not Neil Patrick Harris.
You mean the contestants?
The contestants.
The ones that were nominated.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why people were watching.
I don't think it has anything to do with that crappy telecast that we watched. Preliminary ratings figures indicate the 3-hour telecast on CBS averaged 17.6 million viewers compared to 13.3 million viewers for last year's Emmy show on ABC. It was the largest audience for the award show since 2005. Are you surprised at that?
I am surprised. I don't know because there was
so much competition.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to watch.
Yeah. Sunday's broadcast, which aired live across the country, was undoubtedly helped by the network's very strong lead-in of NFL football. And I think the last game that seemed to take, and why did the Jets game against the Bills take like 9 hours to play? Was there a delay in that game that I missed?
I don't know. There was an overtime before. Than the game beforehand. I think before they went there.
Okay, so the 1 o'clock game had an overtime.
Okay.
Maybe that's what it was. The Hugh Jackman kidnapping drama Prisoners opened with a box office leading $20.8 million. That's a good start to Hollywood's fall season. Final box office results were released on Monday. Despite a lengthy running time and a dark storyline, Warner Brothers' Prisoners found a large audience for adult-oriented material. That's kind of Hey, Hugh Jackman, hotter than he's ever been ever.
It's going to play well on Cinemax.
Also, a new release, the dance film Battle of the Year, which stars R&B singer Chris Brown and was slammed by critics, opened poorly with $4.6 million.
Now, you loved it.
Sorry, Chris.
Chris Brown. You loved it, right? When you went and saw it on opening night?
I've seen it twice.
I know, but you saw it on opening night.
I really, really love that. Would you like a feel-good story now?
Yeah.
Sure.
28-year-old Jessica Cowley from England is legally blind.
And for the past 5 years, a black lab named Jet has been her seeing eye dog. Jessica was walking down the street with Jet recently and pushing her 1-year-old son Jacob in a stroller when a car suddenly came straight at them.
They call it a pram over there. Pushing the child in a pram.
A pram?
A pram.
Now, Jessica only heard the tires screech and had no idea where the car was, but Jet, the dog, saw it immediately and pulled away from Jessica's grip, which would normally be the wrong thing for a guide dog to do.
Right.
But in this case, Jet lunged at the stroller and pushed the baby out of the way.
No way.
God. Then she went back for Jessica, who'd already been hit. She was lucky to walk away with only a few bruises.
Wow.
Isn't this
Dogs
great?
are great.
Meanwhile, the stroller tipped over, but the baby was fine. And even though Jet wasn't trained to do anything like that, Jessica says it was exactly what needed to be done, and that Jet has always treated her son like he was her child.
That's neat.
That is so cool. I love that. And now the opposite side of the spectrum.
This is not a feel-good Oscar.
Because on news you may not need, we always like to offer a little balance on the Mike
Fair
O'Mara
and
Show.
balanced.
Yeah.
Yesterday morning... And I say morning
Yeah,
because...
you said morning.
Well, I'm going to drop all my consonants on this show.
Good.
Yesterday morning, a guy in Deltona, Florida, walked into a water department office and handed an employee an envelope and walked out. And when the employee opened the envelope, she found white powder inside.
Oh, no.
So the employees called the cops, who evacuated the entire building.
On one envelope.
And brought in a hazmat team to figure out what the white powder was. Anthrax, poison, something else lethal? Nope. It turned out to be crack.
Oh, yeah, welcome.
Apparently, the guy who delivered it didn't have cash to pay his water bill, so he tried to pay for it with crack cocaine.
He just assumed?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Moron.
The sheriff's department is tracking him down. Yo, he was just trying to pay his bill, bitch.
A true crackhead.
Yeah, a crackhead.
It has a value. It does have a value.
You know, you go to the right street corner, you get some money for that. We'll take a break, come back with the audio vault and Rob Spiewak next on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Encore Insurance Services, LLC, the people who bring you this show every weeknight on 102.9 WTNT. For a free life insurance quote, visit smartterm.com or call 866-347-5748. They'll do all the work for you. Encore will compare rates to help you save. License and disclaimer info at smartterm.com. Be sure and thank them for sponsoring TMOS. Encore Insurance Services at smartterm.com. Let's open up the vault for Tuesday, September 24, 2013. Rob Spiewak.
I actually had this stacked a little later, but let's lead with it since you already brought it up. Bill Clinton was on Letterman last night. Actually, an amazing night for late night TV last night.
It was really riveting to watch the former president on there. He doesn't look good, though.
He looks skinny.
He's
so skinny, and his hair is white. I think he's probably in the best health of his life.
He might be, but he doesn't look good on the outside.
No, he doesn't.
Not like me.
What I like
looking great on the outside, but really just a total mess on the inside.
I like a pudgier Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I know.
And with the hair more silver than white.
Yeah, very, very. He's Snow White.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, I think he keeps an app.
Funny you should bring her up. They talked about a lot of stuff, but one thing that Letterman kept going back to was
I'll be home sometime in mid-October.
Will Hillary run? And is she going to run for president? He went so far as to say he has extra office space in the Sullivan Theater that he could let her have.
That was hysterical the way Letterman handled it. And
kept going on to it.
One thing, when David Letterman retires, which probably will be sooner than later.
I hope not.
I will miss the fact that Letterman is not afraid to bring a guy on like Bill Clinton and talk about the issues of the world and have a nice little discussion in a much more casual way.
And Leno wouldn't do it in a million years.
Leno couldn't do it.
You're right.
Not capable.
Right. Anyway, but what I did like is he kept coming back to the Hillary thing. At this point, he asked if he could even tell him, like, secretly, if Hillary was going to run.
And I know you know. Why wouldn't you know? Of course you would know. There's two people that know, maybe three. I bet Chelsea knows. If she is running, to your knowledge, blink twice.
Brilliant. So funny.
I don't... Look,
got him.
Yeah. We've created this climate in America where you're running all the time. President Obama had barely taken his hand off the Bible, taking the oath of office for his second term, till we allegedly started the next election.
That's right.
And then Clinton went on to say he truly does not know.
She's still finishing her book.
Raspy.
She's still setting up her project, Too Small to Fail, her children's effort through our foundation. And we're having a lot of fun. go to movies and restaurants and take walks.
Restaurants.
Be a normal person. I mean, you know, at our age, that counts for something. Being able to, you know, have a little fun. And so, you know that if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. But I honestly don't know. Chelsea doesn't know, and Hillary doesn't know. And that's a good thing for America. We should focus on these big challenges now and talk about how to get this country back on track.
Fun to watch him on TV.
Good for him.
It's tough not to like the guy.
It is. Yeah.
It really is.
I'd vote for Cankles just for him.
Yeah, because you just remember, wasn't that the last time we kind of had our act together?
Yeah.
Except
At
for all
least
the sex stuff.
In an international sense, yeah, it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's not into a roly-poly once in a while?
Yeah, sure, why not? You know, he's tense. Needs a little release.
Can't blame a guy for that.
But as I said, it was an amazing night on late night TV. He had Bill Clinton over on the Kimmel Show. They closed down Hollywood Boulevard. Paul McCartney played a concert on the street. And you know what? Say what you will. It's pretty awesome to see him out there on the street.
I came, I hate to admit this, I truly do, but
Yes.
Your experience
Testify.
at the Paul McCartney concert kind of swayed me a little bit.
In what way?
Well, nobody has busted your balls about Paul McCartney more than me.
True.
I've done it for years because I've always said, I always thought he's kind of a whore.
Yeah. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. But then you see that concert and it's hit after hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, and you realize, well, he's earned it.
And that the fact that he's playing all of them.
Yeah, he's absolutely playing all of his hits. And now, my only feeling when Rob brought that concert footage in and talked about that experience, I wish I'd been in the seat next to him.
Yeah.
So I like Carter.
I'm excited for the fact that Paul is sort of relevant right now because he has a new album coming out. But what was great is Kimmel asked him a question that a fan would ask, not really like the publicist. He said, is there more unreleased Beatles music like on a shelf somewhere? And I thought Paul's answer was pretty fascinating.
Any unreleased Beatles recordings that you know of that we've not heard?
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to hear them.
I have a feeling that a lot of people would.
Funny. Great answer, too.
You know, there's one or two things, but one that sort of deep fans keep requesting is a thing called Carnival of Light, but it's very far out.
I think we can handle it. I really do.
Far out for 15 minutes?
Yeah, we'll just do a bunch of drugs and go crazy like
right.
the old days.
I'd listen.
Yeah, I would too. I'd love to give it. Anyway,
Love to
so
hear that.
I love the fact that they did that, and it's great to see Paul outside on a shutdown street and the crowd still going wild.
Very
It was
cool.
really neat. Now, speaking of music that you like, one of your all-time favorite songs, Justin Timberlake covered it on the BBC, and I wanted you to hear it. And the guy that sent it to me, he brought up a really valid point. He says, whether or not Justin Timberlake can sing or not, this just speaks well for properly mic'd horns and percussion.
Right.
Because this sounds really great for a live performance.
Man, as a club disc jockey in the early 1980s, there was not much more that could get a dance floor out of their minds than this. This was, when it first came out,
Great song.
it was an amazing hit. Just an amazing hit.
All right.
It's when he was rattling off all those hits, too.
Mike, what I need you to do now is to play an edition of Name That Sound. Can you name this sound?
See, wife number one.
No, it's not a wife.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you... I stand by wife number one.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. You need to give yourself a buzzer.
Oh, sorry about that.
Because even though this in my scope is technically over, that is what the fox says.
Everywhere now.
But that's a fox. I'd never heard one.
You know, when they came out on the Ellen show,
That was the end.
that was okay. Jump the shark.
Yeah. Do you know the other thing the fox says? Oscar, stop calling me. Even though I play football, I'm not interested in talking to you. But again, this is the fox. The fox says. And you know what? It's horrifying.
Right.
It's a
Yeah,
horrifying
if I heard
noise.
that coming out of the woods.
I think that anybody that's lived in any rural environment, and I've lived in a few of them, there's a mating thing in the spring where I think it happens in the spring.
And that's you and the first wife?
No, that's a fox. It is horrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
I think
Like a
it's a
banshee.
fox. It's just like, ah!
Oh, God.
And I close with something that happened. I think that I love The Daily Show, but I think it's also pretty tightly run that you don't see a lot of ad-libbing. You don't see a lot of incidents not planned. Last night they were doing a bit where they said, what Fox needs to do is have a speculation jar.
Oscar's friend?
No. The Fox Network.
Oh, okay.
God, the word's everywhere today.
Yeah.
And if they have a story that's not really verified, they should put it in a jar. And as a prop, they had a jar on Jon Stewart's desk, but obviously had been used to store some material in the past.
Okay.
Listen to Jon Stewart smell the inside of the jar.
Have a speculation jar. Holy I think this is a terror attack or a nuclear bomb.
So he's screaming into the jar now.
We're all gonna die.
Something was in the jar.
Someone keeps weeding this. Who keeps weeding? Somebody keeps weeding this. Mother. Really?
Talk to your prop department and don't give yourself a weed jar. That's your audio vault. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.
That's it. We got to get out of here. For tech support questions for the Mike O'Mara Show, contact our man Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. You getting any marriage proposals, Ponyboy?
Tons.
That's good. All right, so send him a line. All correspondence for our show.
Tons, Mike.
Can be sent to P.O. Box 3, Manassas, Virginia, 20108. For Rob Speedwagon, Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying, see you next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Oh, yeah. One more thing. Please remember to grab your extended free trial of Hulu Plus, a special offer just for our listeners. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the Hulu Plus banner and start watching all of your favorite shows right now. Or you can go to HuluPlus.com/TMOS. Again, that's HuluPlus.com/TMOS. Or click the Hulu Plus banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com. You may go now.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.